This morning on DC News Now, sweeping changes. Maryland's largest school district lays out a strict new process for promotions. What happens now to any administrator under investigation? Plus, a deadly fire overnight tears through a home in Prince George's County. Also ahead, an urgent priority, the new plan to help keep students in DC schools safe. Why it starts from the top down. Plus, we're introducing you to a DMV doer.
I always say, rising tides raise all ships.
This morning, you'll meet the woman who has become a big advocate for people living with disabilities in our region. It's Tuesday, October 17, 2023.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, well, good morning. Look at this. This is a beautiful start to our Tuesday morning live look outside over our nation's capital here. We do want to say thank you for starting your morning with us here on DC News Now. It is 7 o'clock. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James. Shanika is tracking your commute this morning. Hopefully the roads aren't too bad for folks who are getting out there.
Not too terrible.
At least it's pretty to look at if you're stuck in traffic.
The sunrise?
You have a nice sunrise.
Yeah.
For the next few minutes.
Stranded in traffic. Yeah. That's always nice, right? All right.
Prefer not to be stranded in traffic.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah, but hey, you got to get to where you got to go.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. But the forecast today for those who do enjoy the chill, the cold, they're going to get a little bit of that.
Yeah, exactly. Or you may need the seat warmer, as you're heading out this morning. Yeah.
Those are nice.
Yeah, those are nice. Exactly. If you have those, just. Don't forget, like me. Exactly. It's a nice luxury to have, especially on mornings like this. We're talking about those temperatures in the 40s and 50s. We're low 50s in D.C. We're right around 50 in Hagerstown. Talking about those 40s, Luray, Orange. You're coming in at 41 degrees. You're the coldest spot on the map right now. 47 in Fredericksburg, though. Seeing that light breeze, mainly out of the west-northwest, between 3 to even close to 10 miles per hour. So that's still enough to make it feel a little bit cooler, especially when you have that breeze out there. For the kids at the bus stop this morning, make sure that they do have that jacket. We do have that sunrise officially at 7:19 this morning in D.C., although you're noticing that those skies are brightening up ahead of sunrise. Lower 50s by 8 and 9 a.m. Some of our suburbs will still be remaining into the 40s, though, so just keep that in mind. Later on today, high temperatures, much of the region, low to mid 60s. Really overall a nice day out there, but as we get towards tomorrow and Thursday, even warmer. More details on those numbers coming up as Shanika's back. The all-important look at those roadways. How's traffic this morning?
All right, we're still on 270 heading southbound. We are still working out this crash, and it's involving a tractor trailer and a vehicle. So if you're taking this route, just give yourself more time. It's going to take you a lot of time to get to the Capitol Beltway from Frederick. So this crash happened right near West Montgomery Avenue in Rockville, Maryland 28. Also along the Southeast Southwest Freeway near the 3rd Street Tunnel, you are also going to find a crash that's heading west.
All right, some tragic news in Prince George's County, Maryland. 2 people were dead after a house fire. Fire and EMS say it happened near Martin Road in Brandywine.
That is right. That fire broke out at about 8:30 last night. Firefighters say the home was fully engulfed in flames. Crews say they found 2 people dead inside. A child also taken to the hospital for evaluation. All right, well, several men are recovering this morning after a shooting in Anne Arundel County. Police say this happened on Reese Road at about 8:40 last night. That is where police say 4 men were shot. They say their injuries are serious but non-life-threatening. And police are searching for the person who shot and killed a man in Northeast D.C. This happened at a strip mall yesterday afternoon near Heckinger Mall on Maryland Avenue. Officials say the victim was shot several times. As of right now, police have not released any information about what led to that shooting.
A new gun violence work group in Prince George's County is working to fight crime in hopes of making the county safer. The work group will have 1 year to study gun violence and create solutions in the county. There will be 14 members selected by the council or county executive. 2 of those members will be violence interrupters working in the community.
We want this work group to be a place where we think about the legislation that can help get guns off the street, that can help divert our young people from picking up a gun, but also think about once a shot has been fired in our community, how do we start to repair it?
Overall, violent crime in the county has increased by 7% compared to this time last year.
And students will return to Blair High School in Montgomery County today. Now, threats towards the school disrupted classes yesterday and even last Friday. Students were taken to a secure location while police investigated those threats on yesterday afternoon. A similar situation happened on Friday morning. Police have not said if the 2 are connected.
They also have not released what kind of threats prompted the investigations. And a D.C. council member is leading the charge to keep students safe at schools across the district.
DC News Now's Liberty Zabala is live in Northwest with the new initiative he is proposing. Liberty, good morning.
Good morning, Corey and Tanaya. Well, Ward 5 council member Zachary Parker is introducing 2 acts to push through changes across D.C. schools. And those acts will focus on improving low-performing schools as well as improving safety. So let's break down those acts for you now. First, council member Parker is introducing the School Safety Enhancement Amendment Act. And that act aims to enhance school safety with more resources to prevent and respond to school safety threats. It would bring together stakeholders to create new guidelines to enhance school safety plans, and it would establish a school safety director at every school in the district and a school safety assistant director at every high school. Now, it would also establish procedures for school safety teams to coordinate with MPD more clearly and effectively. The second act is the School Improvement Amendment Act, and part of that act would establish a school support office, resources, and direct coaching for the schools performing in the lowest 5%. It would also require reports to be submitted to the council and the mayor on school improvements by September of next year. And Councilmember Parker, as well as Moms Demand Action, are also holding a community meeting this evening at MLK Library at 6:30 to discuss these acts and issues with the community. For now, live here in Northwest D.C., Liberty Zabala, D.C. News Now.
All right, Montgomery County public school officials say they're changing their protocol when it comes to investigating sexual harassment claims and promoting staff.
Yeah, this comes as the school system is under the microscope by the County Office of the Inspector General. The IG opened 2 investigations into the school system after an independent firm released findings that a school employee was promoted to principal while under investigation for sexual harassment.
Yeah, DC News Now's Lex Wars is live this morning in the newsroom. And Lex, how is the school system responding to all of this?
Right. Well, the school system, they're taking immediate action, and they're also working on a new comprehensive plan, and that would permanently change some of their current policies. Now, all of this going back to that investigation and that promotion that you talked about, and that was for Joel Beidelman. The Jackson Lewis firm investigated and found issues in 3 main areas. Their report says that the investigation process lacked vital information that kept all sexual harassment allegations against Beidelman from being properly investigated. The firm also found holes in the promotion process, saying there was no structure there that would leave those who vote on the promotion to be fully informed. And finally, the investigation found that there is no system in place that would alert the Board of Ed or superintendent when a candidate under or coming up for promotion is under investigation. Now, while the school system does work on that new comprehensive plan, they are making some changes in 9 key areas. A highlight of those are to include adding a secure, anonymous way for people to report complaints and creating a new investigation unit that will streamline the investigations into those complaints. They're also going to be putting in place a new training for staff that will focus on sexual misconduct and sexual harassment. Additionally, MCPS will be keeping employee emails now for 1 year. That's a big change from the current protocol of keeping them for only 30 days. And it will be making changes to their current promotion process to ensure that candidates are fully vetted before they get to the point where they're being voted on. Now, when we look at when you're going to see some of these changes, those will be happening within the next 60 days. As far as that comprehensive plan, though, MCPS has not laid out a timeline for when that will be finished or voted on. Live in the newsroom, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Thank you, Lex. Well, in Virginia, thousands of Arlington County Public School employees and their family members will soon be forced to switch healthcare providers. Teachers and staff in the county will have to change medical providers if the school district changes the insurance provider. The school currently uses Kaiser Healthcare. However, at the end of this year, they will switch to Blue Cross Blue Shield, which has no overlap in providers.
The people at the very top of the school system, the one they're in charge of the well-being of thousands of employees, and they couldn't understand the impact of this. That's why people are angry.
The change puts people at risk of losing existing prescription treatment plans, specialist appointments, and much more. One school board member has called for an audit into the school's process in picking a new healthcare provider.
And President Biden is heading to the Middle East tomorrow to meet with both Israeli and Arab leaders. This comes as worries grow that the Israel and Hamas war will expand into a much larger conflict. The Biden administration says the president is looking to send a message that the United States stands behind Israel. Meantime, several progressive Democrats on Capitol Hill are urging the White House to call for an immediate ceasefire. However, that is the minority opinion in Congress right now.
These are not people you can negotiate with. It seems a little ridiculous to say the terrorists can attack and kill innocent men, women, and children, and Israel can't respond.
The collective punishment of Palestinians in Gaza is a war crime.
Entire families are being wiped out. 50,000 pregnant women are unable to obtain basic health services right now.
So far, Israel's government is rejecting calls to end violence.
And the U.S. Secret Service is reporting nearly 50 arrests. That is after an Israel-Hamas war protest that happened outside of the White House. They say hundreds of protesters gathered last night to urge President Biden to call for a ceasefire. Many at the rally are in opposition to invading Gaza.
We are not leaving until there's a ceasefire. Like, none of us are willing to have the genocide of Palestinian people done in our name.
The United States is basically a party in this conflict, and if we care at all about the right to life for children of Israelis or Palestinians, there needs to be a ceasefire now.
A Secret Service spokesperson said the rally had no impact to White House security operations.